Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so I am teacher Maica, your teacher in English too. Today, we are going to discuss about our new lesson. But before we start, let us all pray first. Risa, please lead the prayer. Who is absent for today?
None, ma'am.
I am happy to know that everyone is doing fine. I know we are all struggling with our current situation, but I hope everyone is doing great. Always remember to take care of your health. Eat healthy foods like vegetables and fruits, and avoid going outside if it is not necessary. But if you need to go outside, remember to always wear your mask. For our rules for our whole discussion, I want you to pay attention to the teacher. Listen when someone is talking. Participate in the class discussion. Before we proceed to our new discussion, anyone who can recall what we discussed last meeting?
We discuss about now.
Very good. Anyone who can tell what is a noun?
A noun is a word used to indicate a person, thing, place, or idea.
Good job! How about a proper and a common noun? Can you differentiate the two?
Ma'am, a proper noun is used to refer to a specific person, place, or object, while a common noun is used to refer to a class of people, places, or objects.
Can you give an example of a proper and common noun?
An example of proper noun is John. An example of proper noun is a car.
Exactly! That is a great example. Before we start with our class discussion, let us first play. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
The title of our game is Name It. You will guess the name of the story based from the pictures being presented. What do you think the title of this story?
The Three Little Pigs,
How about this one?
the lion and the cow,
And this last picture?
the monkey and the turtle.
Very good, class. You did an amazing job in naming the story. How do you find the activity?
It is fun, ma'am.
Our objectives for our class discussion: at the end of the discussion, the students should be able to identify the 4 basic elements of a story. Differentiate each element of a story based on its features. Recognize the elements of the story in a given story. Now, I will show you a video about our lesson today.
Kids Music Channel.
Let's sing about the parts of a story. Keep them on your mind as you read and write. Beginning, middle, end, characters and setting. And what is the story mostly about? The beginning is when the story starts. The beginning is when the story starts. The middle is what happens next. The middle is what happens next. The end is the finish of the story. The end is the finish of the story. The characters are who is in the story. The characters are who is in the story. The setting is when and where it takes place. The setting is when and where it takes place. The main idea is what the story's mostly about. The main idea is what the story's mostly about. Go, tortoise, go! Never give up! You're a winner! Let's sing about the parts of a story.
What do you think about the video?
It's fun, ma'am.
Did you enjoy the song?
Yes, ma'am.
From the video you have watched, what do you think is our lesson for today?
Our lesson is about the elements of a story.
Very good. Now, based from the video, what are the elements of a story?
The characters, settings, or the events. Tapos po, ma'am, yung theme.
Exactly. The basic elements of a story are the characters, setting, events, and the theme. Based from the video, what is a character?
The characters who are who is in the story.
Very good. The characters are the people, animals, or creatures involved in a story. Writers use characters to perform the actions and speak the dialogue of a story. They are the who in a story. Example, from the story The Hare and the Tortoise, the characters are the hare and the tortoise. How about the setting? What is a setting? The setting refers not only to the physical location, but also the time the action takes place. It is the place and the time where and when the story happens. It is the where and when of a story. Example, again, from the story The Hare and the Tortoise. The setting is in the bright sunny day in the forest. Based from the video, what do you think is the events?
Events includes the beginning, middle, and end.
That is right. Events are the series or sequence of events, and it is also known as plot. It tells the happening occurrences of the story in a logical order. The plot is also the what of the story. There are three parts of events: the beginning, middle, and the end. The beginning is when the story starts. The middle is what happened next, or the middle part of the story. The end is the ending of the story. Here is an example of events. From the story The Hare and the Tortoise, the beginning is when the tortoise and hare agree to have a race. The middle is when the hare decided to stop for a short rest. The ending was when the tortoise wins the race. What about a theme? What does the video tells about a theme? The theme is the central or main idea of a story. It could be the moral lesson of the story. It refers to the underlying insights, the moral or idea that the writer is expressing through the story. It often is taught as the message of the story. A great example of a theme is from the story of The Hare and the Tortoise. The theme is slow and steady wins the race. The tortoise won because he was determined and did not stop for a second. The hare lost because he was overconfident and had taken his win for granted. Did you understand what our lesson is about?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have some confusion about the elements of a story?
None, ma'am.
If you have a question, kindly press the raise button or open your microphones. Okay, looks like no one have a question. Now that you already know about the 4 basic elements of a story, can you tell what are those and what are their differences?
The 4 basic elements of a story are the character, settings, events, and the theme. The characters are the person and animals that is in the story, while the setting is the place and time of the story where the story happened, and the events are the series of events, and the theme is the main idea of the story.
Now that you can tell about the differences of the elements of a story, I think you are now ready to do our activity. I will show you a video about the story of the ant and the dove. I want you to watch and listen carefully.
The Ant and the Dove. Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. "Help! Help! Help!" cried the ant, but no one could hear his cries. A dove, sitting on a tree nearby, saw that the ant was in trouble. She quickly plucked off a leaf from the tree and dropped it into the water.
Help!
The ant climbed on the leaf. He thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant knew that his friend the dove was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain.
Ouch!
The hunter's arrow missed the dove. This time, the ant saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they became friends forever.
Okay, based from the video, who are the characters in the story?
The ant and the dove.
Very good, class. The characters in the story is the ant and the dove. Now, what is the setting of the story?
In the river water and the forest.
Very good. Looks like everyone got the correct answer. What is the ending in the story? That is right. When the ant fell from the river water, the dove saved him. And when the hunter aiming his arrow from the dove, the ant also saved the dove, and they became friends forever. For the last element, what is the theme of the story?
The dove.
Very good. That's why when someone needs some help, we should help them, so that when we are the one who are in need, someone may help us also. Okay, class, everyone got the correct answer. Good job. Now that we finished our lesson, we have a quiz that was already posted in our Google Classroom. The link is available until 5 p.m. today. Thank you, class. I hope you learned something. And please take a photo or screenshot your assignment. You can pass your papers until 5 p.m. tomorrow on our Google Classroom. Goodbye, class. Thank you for attending our class session. See you tomorrow.